Well, hello and welcome to the Force Friday show, where we discuss all things Star Wars. Stephen, today's headline is going to be kind of just a homogenous sort of a mishmash of all things Star Wars Celebration. Stephen, there's been a couple of extra little details came out about what's going to be going on at Celebration. First of all, I think they're talking about the return of The Last Jedi Strikes Back. I don't know what that means, Stephen. I think that's just them essentially saying we're going to get a whole host of information about Episode 9. Well, I say to that, no shit, Sherlock, Stephen. I think we are going to get a trailer at Celebration. I'm pretty sure.
Carnage if we don't, John.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Friday. I think it's April the 12th, the Friday. They're going to do the panel for Episode 9. I think we'll potentially get some behind the scenes sort of a making of thing for the plebs watching it. Then a trailer will drop for them, then maybe a
well, we talked about that, John, in regards to when the trailer will drop. Traditionally it is always a Friday, isn't it? Friday over here in the UK it's normally around about between 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in UK time.
April 12th is a Friday, so definitely
I understand why they do that, but I wonder if it would be an idea. I don't think people would want that. I'd probably get annoyed, but making that the sort of showcase of the closing events of the celebration, doing the trailer, I don't think people
that's a long
like
wait.
That. Yeah, it's a long wait.
It's 5 days.
5 days this year.
This year,
So I'm looking forward to it. It's pretty obvious that it's going to drop. I think this is going to reveal the title as well. I think they're going to do what Marvel doing. They're going to reveal the title within the trailer rather than having a big announcement about the title. I think it'll just be at the very end of the trailer, and that will be the reveal. Kind of two birds with one stone.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably get information on perhaps, as you did say, the title, but hopefully some of the characters as well. Maybe we'll see some names of characters. I hope we do. Just the likes of, we were watching one of the next topics we're going to be discussing. She was on Colbert. Can't recall the actress's name. Who these characters' names are going to, what the character names are going to be. Obviously Richard E. Grant, who's he?
Keri Russell,
Keri Russell. Just a couple of other ones. Who the character names. Hopefully we'll get some information like that. Hopefully we'll get a cool featurette behind the scenes. We've seen that with various ones over the years. I want a trailer more than anything though, and I do want the title.
Yeah, I don't want a featurette on loop.
No, that was terrible. That was the London one.
Yeah,
the London one. I think it was 3 years ago. We get the featurette. Although it turned out to be a blessing in disguise.
It was Rogue One, wasn't it?
It was Rogue One, and the trailer was just a complete joke because it had.
The featurette was decent.
But there it was before the reshoots though, so we're seeing Vader in the Death Star and stuff like that.
And those beach scenes as well.
Which didn't make the final film, so those people were conned. So screw yous. That's what I say. I wasn't there, so I don't care. Vader in VR is the next one, Stephen. It's a cool little collaboration between ILM Lab and Oculus, and it's going to depict a whole story starring everyone's favourite Sith Lord, Darth Julius Vader himself. This new story is going to be called Vader Immortal, and it will
give you nightmares.
Yeah, give me nightmares. It will take place in Vader's castle on the planet Mustafar. It's going to be a virtual reality experience, potentially maybe a game as well. I don't know. I would prefer it to just be a virtual reality experience. I've not really dipped my feet in the whole virtual reality world yet, Stephen.
No.
I think it's a little bit restrictive.
Well, I tried those little cardboard versions and stuff like that, but they're very limited.
Very
the full experience, John, I would love to try certain games. Certainly Star Wars games, the ones with the lightsabers and stuff like that, I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, and
even in the cockpit of an X-Wing or something like that, where you can maybe control it with buttons and stuff, with direction. Out with that though, they're very much on the rails, so I would prefer the kind of immersive experience of just virtual reality, getting to meet.
What did you make of the video though, John?
It scared the living daylights out of me, Steve. No, I didn't. I'm talking crap.
James Earl Jones' voice. Was it him?
I think it was. I think it was James. As long as that guy's alive, you've got to utilise his dulcet tones, Stephen. As I did say though, I would hope there's a way of maybe inputting your height, so you get a real reflection of how you would look with Daffy Boy, because he's obviously 6'8", I think. He's got stilts on, so he's sitting at near enough 7 foot. I'm only about 5'8", Stephen. In shoes about 5'9"ish. I'd be looking up at this guy.
Christensen, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I'd be eye with him because he's a little midget bitch. I'm only joking, Hayden. You're 6 foot, you're still bigger than me. But I'd be looking up at him. So I hope there's an input if I ever get my hands on an Oculus and get to experience this immersive sort of a experience. You can look up at him. But look, it was interesting. It was a cool little video. It gives you an insight again at what you're going to get at Celebration, out with the main events of obviously the Mandalorian, the Episode 9. You're going to get to see some games. And you're going to get to see this game as well, Stephen, the resurrection of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is going to be the long-awaited new Star Wars game, video game that is, made by the studio behind Apex Legends. It's Respawn Entertainment. It's finally seen the light of day, Stephen. It's been put off and put off and put off. I think it's took various different forms. Now we're going to get to see this thing where it's a game following a young Padawan who survives the fallout of Order 66.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
And it's going to be set between episodes 3 and 4. And this panel is going to be taking place on April 13th, so the Saturday. So we're getting the VR experience with Vader, and now we're getting a full-on sort of immersive game.
These are the panels that kind of get overlooked by sort of casual Star Wars fans that are not really that into the video game side of things. Also because we're not getting a lot of content as far as video games goes since you know, the takeover. I think there was one for Battlefront, was it?
Yeah, there was,
and that was, it was exciting to see that we're finally getting that kind of game coming to the sort of latest platforms. But I like the sound of this. It's, as you said, John, it's been long awaited. There's been a lot of issues on where the game's going.
Obviously that photo there, Stephen, which was so cool, with the Star Destroyer looming ominously above it, looked incredible. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. I really can't wait till it comes out. This is what I'm looking for.
And I'm going to be looking out for this panel as well, John, on, as you said, the 13th of April, because I'm very intrigued to see this and see if there's any other little surprises you know, that are coming our way as far as video games go in Star Wars.
We really need them, Stephen, because we've had a real lack, a real dearth of good Star Wars games, ones with stories that are going to connect into the canon and the mythology and give us a nice expansive open world experience, hopefully not on a linear kind of a stilts.
That's what I liked about that PC game you had, John. I think it was at Galaxies or something.
Galaxies, yes, and then I had the Old Republic as well.
Yeah, just the interaction with you know, other gamers and travelling to these worlds. It really did feel like you were part of the Star Wars.
I want a Red Dead Redemption universe. Star Wars.
That'd be excellent,
Open world single player game.
Maybe they'll do that with the Mandalorian.
Yeah, and talking about the Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian, I'm getting ahead of myself here, Lando Calrissian. The next little updates are obviously on the Mandalorian, Stephen. We're going to get a panel featuring obviously Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, perhaps Taika Waititi and all the other people involved. That's going to be on the 14th of April, this Sunday. And it's going to be also a celebration of the Mandalorian before it comes out.
Yeah, I think this will be the announcement of when it will come out as well. I think we will get a trailer,
I'd love it.
I don't think it's going to be any sort of grand scale of episode 9's sort of scale, but I think we'll get something. I think it'll be very brief, John. I think it will probably be a teaser. And we'll probably get the announcement of when it will premiere as well on Disney+.
Well, they're still hinting that it will premiere with the Disney+ streaming service, which is coming out in the fall or autumn later this year. So you'd presume if it's coming out round about then there must be some way into the production, production, maybe even post-production, so they'll have a lot of footage to utilise for a trailer. So I'd fully expect a trailer and a whole host of interesting information coming out at that panel. Really looking forward to that. They're saying, last but not least, they're going to focus in on of course, the final season, the culmination of Clone Wars, and that is also going to be taking place on the 14th of April. So it's going to be a busy old day, the 14th of April. That's Sunday, Stephen. Diving into obviously Clone Wars, the final culminative season, and obviously Dave Filoni is going to be helming that and giving us the ending of obviously Ahsoka at this point in her life. The ending of I think it's already Vader. No, that was Rebels. Luke, the Anakin Skywalker, and obviously the Obi-Wan and the Clone Wars.
I think so, John. I think this is going to be very, as far as the animation series go in Star Wars, this is the one that a lot of the fans are looking forward to. It was announced about 8 months ago or something like that. 6-8 months ago.
It was a good.
It's been a long time since you know, it was announced. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's Filoni's going to give us the ending that you know, this series deserves. I think this was the sort of platform. This was a series that showed us the talents of Dave Filoni as well. And his writing ability. Yeah, exactly. And
his understanding of Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly, John, and the way, you know, he develops the characters as well. And that's why he's been rewarded by, you know, getting some of the episodes of The Mandalorian as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing these final episodes.
Hopefully afterwards in Ahsoka live action film.
That would be cool,
because this guy gets that character, he doesn't let anybody else touch the character. and he would be the guy who would be directing a live action if it was to happen. Stephen, I'll finish up with a short little topic on the Star Wars Celebration. That is not the Mandalorian. I'm obsessed with that today. By just saying, what's your thoughts on this celebration? Do you want to see Warwick Davis coming back as the presenter throughout the whole weekend? The guy's obviously done that the last couple of times. I just think he's absolutely outstanding in that presenting role.
Yeah.
He's such a colourful personality. He loves Star Wars. He loves what Hit's given to him and what he's gave to Hit in return. Would you like to see Anthony Daniels popping up? We know Ian McDermott's coming back in some form. We don't know how he's going to. Is he going to be reciting more Shakespeare?
Warwick Davis is the host. Works well. I think he's got a good personality for it.
And obviously,
the fella that voiced Obi-Wan, James
Arnold
Taylor, he did it 1 year, didn't he? I think it was 2015 he did it. He was very good as well, to be fair to him. Very alive, but there's something about Warwick Davis that just he gets Star Wars as well. He's been involved in a lot of the the promotion of the latest films. He's got such a long history with the franchise as well. He's also got all these connections to. He's actually one of the very few actors that's got these connections to all the actors from the 3 trilogies as well, because he's been involved in the 3 trilogies, and his interactions with the likes of Mark Hamill, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, Ian McDermott, Hayden Christensen as well.
He's coming. I think he's coming.
I think he's just the right person to host it. I'm looking forward to it as well, John. The last one, 2017, was it?
That was a fantastic one.
There was so much content to just take in. There was so much of it over that weekend. But I can't wait. I think they did the right thing, taking a break. Yeah,
they definitely did. They had to let that, also the hate and all of that, and the blow out of the last Jedi subside, and let this be a real celebration once again. People get in with mostly high and happy emotions, or high spirits and happy emotions. I hope Andy Gutierrez and obviously Anthony Carbone, the Star Wars show people, the hosts, I hope they are involved in some way.
Well, they will be, John,
and they've got a great chemistry, and they obviously always bring an optimistic sort of a feel to the whole setup. And I hope we get some interesting books too, Stephen. But I'm going to move on to the next subject, topic, whatever you want to call it, and it's all about Werner Herzog. I hope I've said that right. Teasing a villainous role in The Mandalorian. He has said, I don't know who he was speaking to.
I think it was IndieWire, John.
Yeah, he says, yes, I did some more now. Now this is not a secret anymore, real small part in The Mandalorian. And he says, obviously, I think that's it. I think that's perhaps what he always says, Stephen. I'm reading it. I don't know. It's a strange setup here.
It's a very short
end of quote, and then it's another quote going on. Yeah, I like to do it because I know I'm good on screen, but only if I have to play a real villain. So that's it. So he's hinting that he's playing a real villain. But we don't know how this is going to work out and really inject itself into the story. The series itself, Stephen. Is it going to be a villain over a couple of episodes? Is there going to be one overarching villain? Big bad sort of a villain.
Or so villain of the week,
Villain of the week. We could have in Division, similar to like the Clone Wars, where you've got villains that pop up on one single episode, some that have recurring appearances in different episodes, and then you've also got a main villain overarching the whole thing. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't really know anything about it as of yet. We've just got this guy speaking about it. I don't actually know anything about Herzog, Stephen.
I only know that it does say in the article here that he took a villainous turn in Jack Reacher's film, and apparently he played a character in Parks and Rec as well.
Which I've still not seen, and I really have to.
I know his name. I think maybe if I did a little bit more research on the actor, I'd probably find. I know his face as well. He's got a familiar face, but it's nice to see that we're getting to see these actors coming out and saying that they've got these parts, likes of Carol Weathers. Don't know if he's going to be playing a hero or a villain.
Hopefully he's playing a hero.
Yeah.
One thing I can't believe, Stephen, I've not picked up in it. It says at the bottom of this article that Taika Waititi is going to be doing double duty again. He's going to be both directing an episode, but apparently performing the voice of the bounty hunter droid IG-88 as well. So that is very, very exciting news indeed, because this guy's he's proven it in Thor Ragnarok. That he can do a great voice acting job. So I'm really
I think John
excited to see that.
John Favreau did the same in Solo. He played the voice alien part of that.
But they does very early. Which was a shame. That disappointed me tremendously, because I liked that dynamic of that group in the Solo. But look, man, there's not much to go on, as you did say, Stephen. It's a very, very short little article indeed. It's just this guy basically confirming, he was speaking with IndieWire, as you did say, confirming that he's worked on The Mandalorian. It's not a secret anymore, and that he's teased a minor villainous role. So that kind of gives it away. I never read that bit, Stephen. It's a minor villainous role, so you may just see it being a sort of a Monster of the Week X-Files setup where he pops up for 1, maybe 2 episodes and then disappears or bites the dust at the hands of the gunslinging Mandalorian figure. Who knows, Stephen? We shall soon find out. But I'm just glad to see we're getting more and more information, little tidbits dropping out about this great show, and I know it'll be great because Jon Favreau knows what he's doing, and Lucasfilm for the most part know what they're doing, just not with The Last Jedi. But look at digress. I'm going to move on again, Stephen, to the next topic, and it's all about Stephen Colbert being unable to break Keri Russell with his Star Wars spoiler tactics. I don't think Mr. Colbert has ever been able to break an actor with his Star Wars spoiler tactics. He also does that little thing at the end of the interview where he takes out the cards and goes through various different unlikely sort of situations with the character and tries to point the camera at them and see if he can make them break. It's very, very funny. I love Mr. Colbert. He's a brilliant chat
His version of a lie detector, basically.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's very passionate about Star Wars. He's a geek at heart. And he always finds a great way of turning the subject into Star Wars. He was discussing another role I think she was on. It was on The Americans, I'm pretty sure, that great show. Obviously they play Russian sort of a spies counter. Sort of, I don't know what word I was going to say, but it doesn't matter. They play spies anyway, living amongst Americans, and kind of doing co-op, whatever the hell, covert, that's the word I was looking for, sort of missions. She's playing a role in that, and then he turns it using her 11-year-old son and her ability to, obviously, parent with childs and stuff like that. I was about to slip there, Stephen, and say a slang word. And he turns the subject to Star Wars very skillfully indeed. What did you make of the video, Stephen? Did you enjoy it? What do you make of this Keri, what's her name, Stephen? Keri Russell. Do you think? Who do you think she's going to be playing?
I was going to say that, John. She's very similar looking to Daisy Ridley.
Yeah. She really is.
It might just be a coincidence. We don't know exactly I mean, she's very tight-lipped and rightly so.
Yeah. They can't say anything.
They're all very well versed when they enter Pinewood. They know what they take in there. They can't bring out.
Yeah.
And Colbert knows this. He's playing. Playing with the guest in this one. Some of the questions about is she going to be playing Yoda's ex-wife and that kind of thing. It was very funny, but I
6'2" lying about your
side. Lying about your side. I thought it was really funny.
I know, okay,
but
Cupid or something.
I thought it was a great little clip. I don't really know too much about the actress. Was it the series? Was it The Americans or something like that?
Yeah, it was The Americans, yeah.
It's
a great series, Stephen.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
The guy that produces it, he's the showrunner, I think, is actually doing the same job that Favreau's doing on The Mandalorian, on the Cassian Andor spin-off series. So,
but it's very interesting. I mean, we'll obviously know a little bit more once it's announced the cast and their characters they're going to be playing. And obviously
she's working with Adam Driver on a stage. I think it's a Broadway show, so there's a great little kind of interweaving of Star Wars and non-Star Wars things going on there, Stephen.
I think that's what led to the questions. That was Colbert's kind of way of getting.
And he thought he had an opening at one point. He thought she was going to slip up and maybe slip something about the title, because that's how he went in. He played it beautifully from the 11-year-old son, sort of a what do you call it, Stephen? You do it, you move swiftly. I can't recall, it doesn't matter, I'm having a mare here, Stephen. He segued in perfectly into the Star Wars and about the title. She nearly slipped, but never quite. She quickly recovered from the Disney monitored equilibrium, as they say in the topic of the article, and right back into the non-spoiler thing, Stephen. The Mark Hamill sort of a world, I like to call it, because the guy always is on these sort of talk shows, never lets anything slip. As he always says, he has to come on and talk about a film that he's not allowed to talk about. So look, I enjoyed it. I enjoy Colbert. I really enjoyed the joke about Yoda and stuff like that. And I really do hope that she's going to be playing Mara Jade, but it's not going to happen.
No,
Disney are not going to give us Mara Jade. I'd love it to be playing Daisy Ridley's.
It'd have to be a flashback as well, John, because I don't think their age difference is that.
It'd have to be a flashback.
But I think she looks very similar.
She does. She looks similar. She looks like Keira Knightley, and obviously Ridley looks like Keira Knightley. So obviously Rey is related to Keira Knightley and Keri Russell in some ways. It's like the whole. It has to be a black actor, has to be related to Lando or Finn. No, they don't. But it's just us Star Wars fans. We can't help ourselves. We like shrinking the galaxy ever more. But look, I'm done with that, Stephen.
Yes.
I'm tongue twisted myself into a 6 foot hole, which I'm never going to get myself out of. So I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is thankfully easier to speak about and much shorter. And it's all about Mark Hamill discussing the fact that he had to paste a fake beard onto his real beard on a chat show. I can't recall which one. I did watch it.
It was Nightfall, Johnny. They glued the Nightfall beard on over his own beard.
Yeah.
This is in regards to his Force ghost form and how he's going to be presented in episode 9.
Or is he still alive? You don't know.
Nah, he's a ghost. He's definitely a ghost, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a ghost, yeah.
And really just it's a very short article, not a lot to talk about, but what it did really bring back and remind me, John, one of the audio shows we were talking about maybe about 6 to 8 months ago, we were talking about Mark Hamill clean shaven, the rumours.
Yeah,
he's done with Star Wars. He's had a shave, you know, and then then people were trying to justify it, saying this could be the flashback, you know, the young Luke. And I went, oh,
and then he grew a beard out again.
And then he grew a beard again.
Yeah, and then he stuck a fake beard, I should say, onto his real
One
beard.
thing's for sure, John.
That Nightfall
you know
character
that,
looks incredible.
Yeah, it does, and I think that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
When Mark Hamill has to grow a beard, it is because he's playing a part in a film. It's
he
not.
hates them.
He doesn't just grow them for the sake of it, as you said. He doesn't like them. He finds them very uncomfortable. I've been there. I know what he's talking about. But it's interesting because I don't think we're going to see a lot of Luke in this movie, John.
No.
I think there'll be some pivotal scenes, very much like Ben Kenobi in the original Star Wars. He pops up when he has to give some insight to Rey, and then
sits on a tree log.
Yep.
Yeah, as a Force ghost. Like
depressing stuff.
Very depressing stuff indeed, Stephen. He's never going to ignite that green lightsaber ever again. The last time and the only time we've seen it in the sequel trilogy was when he was looking over his nephew in the most un-Luke-like way imaginable. This guy does not...
I still don't know why they didn't use the green lightsaber for the Force projection.
Joke. Yeah, missed a beat there. Yeah. It's not like Ryan. But look, I digress, Stephen. I'm going to quickly finish up on this by saying that I really enjoyed his sort of a discussion with Kimmel. Again, trying to get him to slip up and maybe give a spoiler away, and he does obviously give a semi-spoiler away. He confirms that he's reprising his role. Shock horror as Luke by saying that he had to put this fake beard over his real beard, and of course that meant he was starring in Star Wars. And he then subsequently went on to say that, well, it's NDA, that's non-disclosure agreement, don't quote me, but that he loves driving Disney executives crazy because what they're going to do? Fire him. No, they are not going to fire him, and the film is now shot, it's ended. He's Luke Skywalker, he can get away with it. So again, as I said in the previous topic, very much the Luke Skywalker world of sort of Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill world of promotion. He loves getting on and playing these chat show hosts at their own game, really firing off all these questions about spoilers and whatnot. But look, I digress, Stephen. I'm gibbering away. It's very, very hard to discuss Star Wars this week because there is nothing happening in the world of Star Wars.
John,
we are toiling
to celebration.
Yeah, we're toiling badly here. There's tumbleweed rolling in front of us, unborn in front of us. So the final topic, Stephen, before I perhaps touch upon that absolute joke of a poster thing, is all about John Cleese. This is how much we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. John Cleese had a little, I want to say, I'm hoping it's a joke. And he's
Senior moment, yeah.
Yeah, he's not got dementia or anything like that. But he's seen a photo of Mark Hamill from The Last Jedi, obviously wiping his shoulder, and says, "Love this, who's the actor?" And of course it sent people wild on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think most people got it for the real intention, though. They were saying things like...
Some guy from ABBA,
Kenneth Branagh and stuff like that. So I think it's John.
Chuck
Norris, yeah. I think it's John having a little joke again. He's a wind-up merchant, as I always like to say. Sometimes
what makes it laughable, John, is the fact that knowing John Cleese and his humour, that's exactly what they've been doing. But the fact that people are getting enraged that he doesn't know who Mark Hamill is. You know, everybody knows who Luke Skywalker is. Anyone that's interested in the film knows who Mark Hamill is.
And of course, John was about in the mid-70s.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so they clearly don't get his humour.
No, they don't. Yeah. I get his humour. Sometimes I don't like his humour though, because he has little pointed digs at Scotland and things like that about certain political issues, which I don't agree with John about. But look, it's a nice little bit of fun.
Mark Hamill replied saying, "I love Basil Fawlty, who's the actor." So there you are.
There you go. I didn't even know that. There you go. I never read the whole article, Stephen. So it's obviously a little bit of joking in between the two, actors. So that's great to see, man. It's great to see. I do love John Cleese, man. I love that Basil Fawlty character. It's one of the all-time great comedic actors, but characters. But look at those.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at those. I'm just looking at Mark Hamill's Twitter feed there, Stephen. You're Getting up and down it, man. What a guy he is. You need to follow him.
Yeah.
I know you said last week you don't follow him. Yeah.
I kind of do and I don't. I kind of follow and then unfollow. Depends what what's happening. But it was actually watching Fawlty Towers when he wrote that as well. He's a big fan. I think he says Cleese is a comic idol of his as well. We know Mark Hamill loves a lot of the British humour. He loves the likes of Young Ones, Bottom.
Loves the Who, loves the Beatles.
Yeah. I mean, I think he spent a lot of time here, John, as you recall, back in the late 70s and early 80s, doing the
Kinks, sorry, not the Who. He probably likes the Who as well.
He probably does. Not just on Star Wars, but on other productions as well, like the Big Red one, stuff like that. Yeah. So he spent a lot of time in the UK over the years. I think he likes the humour as well. It's very unusual because a lot of more so Canadians get British humour more than Americans do, but he is on the ball with, especially Light and Bottom, terrific series, and he's got a great sense of humour as well.
He has. Stephen, I'm going to round up this show with this poster.
Yes.
It dropped. It's a apparent.
I wish it did drop and just kept dropping, John.
It's an apparent Star Wars Episode 9 poster leak. Reveals Knights of Ren and 2 new characters. Now this.
Are we going to put a graphic up for this? Yeah?
Yes, I'm going to flash a graphic up. Yeah. Is this real? Is this real, Stephen? C-3PO with the bowcaster and Chewbacca is obviously.
I would love to see that. Give him something to do.
He can't really bend his arms now, Stephen. So how does that work? I don't know. I tell you what, I love the Poe Dameron. Looks like it's straight out of Triple Frontier. Yeah. Love the outfit. Kylo Ren's doing a weird thing with his lightsaber. He's going all Force Unleashed.
Why?
I don't know, Stephen. We're getting the Knights of Ren though. Yeah. Looking very ominous. That's probably the best bit in the whole poster. What the hell is that alien thing at the right hand side? What is that?
It looks like something from the pod race. Something in the crowd.
Meets Jabba the Hutt. And then we've got a Power Ranger.
Yeah, that's a strange one as well, John.
I hope this isn't real.
The thing that kind of I think it's fake.
That's definitely fake.
Because it's not got the title. They don't normally release or leak a poster without the title of the film. No. Especially at the very bottom of the graphic as well there. It just says Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why would they do that,
Oh, it says Star Wars there, Stephen, but that was different times,
That was Star Wars.
It was Star Wars, very different times. This is not real. I had to put it in though because it's an absolute joke. I will flash the graphic up. Hopefully it's already been done. But Jesus Christ, there's so much wrong about that poster. I don't even know where to begin, Stephen. So I'm going to round up a show on that though, because I ain't got much more to add. I know you haven't.
No.
Look, if you've enjoyed this show, then you know what to do. Comment below and let us know your thoughts on any of the various different subjects we've been speaking about. Although, to be honest with you, when we're struggling to speak about it, I don't expect anybody else to add much to the conversation. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this, and we'll be back next Tuesday with Box Office Chat. If you're liking this video, then why not check out our other content on our channel. Every Tuesday we break down the top 10 films in the UK on Box Office Chat. Every Wednesday we discuss the latest entertainment news on Movie Burner News. Every Thursday we chat about the latest movie reviews from our writing team on the Blog Rundown. And we wrap up the week and get ready for the weekend with the Force Friday show, where we discuss the latest news in the world of Star Wars. If you're liking the content we are putting out, then do subscribe to our channel by hitting that subscribe button and click the bell to receive alerts.